Hello, boys and girls. My name is Yoshi. You're watching my 100% blind playthrough of Yoshi and the Mysterious Book for Nintendo Switch 2. Where in the last video we left off trying to go around and do more of Chapter 11, which is Special Studies, and we're just going to do all of Mysteries challenges now, because we don't really have much else to do after that. I said I would try and get to this as fast as possible, and now I'm going to do it. Since we're going to be still 100%ing these anyways, though, we're going to try and take it slow and actually try and get stuff done. There's stars to get, and there's flowers to get. I'll probably start by getting all the level stuff. Also, from here on out, after we do our first attempt, we're just going to buy every single hand. Attempt this challenge, I've titled it Excited to Escape, huh? You'll need to use the Ionot's explosive nature to reach the goal. Just stay calm and do your best. Alright. But first, we need to figure out where the other stuff is. And there's still more things we can unlock. We could still get all the inventions unlocked. I have no idea. Well, this is interesting. Okay. I got. So that's what makes these actual proper challenges. We need to actually, like, destroy them in time. Well, we got the flower, but we had to for it. So this is as close to as we're gonna get in this game, since we can't get our stuff done. Beyond that, because we have unlimited health, we could just kind of take hits here, which is really strange to do. Well, I know how to throw that up from earlier. Okay. Looks like I cleared the challenge. Alright. Looks like there's just the one secret. Okay, well, that simplifies it. I wonder if that's gonna be the same for all of them. I don't know. Seems like this one is more focused on get all the flowers and actually clear Mysteries challenge. And yeah, well, that was the first one done, 100%. I like how he calls us Yoshis, even though there was only one of us that went in there. Were you surprised by your own skill staring attempts? Perhaps you should read a new series of notes I've created. I call them Yoshi stats. This is a good time to confess. I find you Yoshis to be the most mysterious creatures of all. Yeah, I get. Alright. Oh, now we have our own stats. It shows you all the secrets we got, including any ones that have Yoshi on them. But anyways, now we have to protect this apple. Okay, this seems self-explanatory. There's a bunch of things I want to take. The apple's safe from the little Mouser thieves as you carry it to the goal. I say yourself, but its hunger corrupts you survives. You must keep your guard up until you reach the very end. Alright. Can we just, like, eat him? It feels like we should just be eating them a whole bunch. But it depends on how many there actually are. Alright. The first thing you have to do is figure out where all the flowers are. I don't see the point of this challenge if you know what you're doing, because really, visitors should really be giving us a bomb. It's more like I just have to stop occasionally to get this done, and occasionally maybe stop when they actually get the but unless they actually take it outright, it should be fine to just keep beating them. Of course, they don't stop coming, which is a little bit annoying. Okay, the trickiest part is... Oh, wait. What am I doing? I have an egg. I should just use that instead. But I have to move it even farther up. They're staggered around enough that it's becoming more annoying to get it to the right position. Probably the most annoying part is having to stop occasionally just to grab this back. Come on, dude, I'm just so close to that flower. Probably the hardest part is gonna be getting the frickin' flowers versus getting to the gold. My goodness, it's just nightmare fuel at this point. It's just been... Okay. As long as he doesn't actually retreat with it, I doubt it'll actually fail. Ah! Dude, it'd be so easy to hit. Why is this egg not cooperating with me? I'm just gonna... I don't know, I'm so frustrated. I wanted to start over because I don't know what to do. That was so stupid. That one egg wasn't cooperating with me. Okay, attempt number 2. Now I get it, these are spots. They won't actually get stuff unless they get away with it entirely. Okay. Okay. Kind of weird that they do get stunned a bit. You think they would run right away after getting it, but no. Okay, I think I'm starting to get why this is so awkward. I think I need to actually push it all the way up, not just run one spot. Every last inch. We have to get it all the way up here. Only then can we try for flower 2. Finally, dude. That shouldn't have taken that long. The flower was harder than the rest of the game, probably. The rest of the level, whatever. Yeah, that was definitely harder than the rest of the level. Now it's just dodge these guys. Well, you know them occasionally. Oh, one of them fell off to his dinner. That helps out a bit. Oh, well, alright, this thing can fall off as well. I just wanted to swipe it once to get it on back, not still do that. Okay. That took so long to get to the feign that we ended up failing, all because that was very awkward slant. I see how they trick you. They make you think it's super easy, but then you realize it's actually more awkward because to deal with them the entire way through the level. I should be able to also ground pound them though, so for the bigger waves I might have to ground pound instead of using what I normally do. Can't go once I go up here. I pretty much only failed a level because of that trick from earlier. It's when it vanishes off screen that it fails. As you might guess, these challenges are a little bit harder because if you fail to do a specific secret, you'll have to redo the whole level again. Oh, come on, dude. That's what I was trying to get happen before. Just ground pound. That's what I'm trying to do. But it was being really awkward for some reason. And again, I have to ground pound. I just realized ground pound also makes that go faster. I should have done that first thing, actually. And now we're out of that spot, finally. We kind of have to throw eggs prickly here, by the way. We don't really have time to react. Oh, there's even more. There's so many that there was literally no way to round them without at least one of them taking it. Okay. This gets ridiculous really fast, I see. Alright, now we just sprint, I believe. Yeah, there we go. Impressive to say, of core defensive skills. Well done, Yoshi. Okay. Well, if I hadn't made that mistake earlier, I probably would have cleared with all the flowers on the first try, but again, that happens with these challenges. So that second challenge was already way more difficult than the first one, that's for sure. For the next reward, I'll tell you more about Kamek and his young master. I'm actually quite familiar with them and have been for a while. Feels like my first encounter with them was a long time ago. It was important for me to write my real collections down before the details grew too... Does that pique your curiosity? And go ahead and give those pages a read. So we just get even more pages in this book. And it tells us the story. Long ago, though I can't remember how exactly on, I was sleeping in a library call home when a noisy pair burst outside my room. One was called Kamek. Aku called the other young master. Kamek's thinking something, it turned out to be me. He opened me up and peered through my magnifying glass with eager curiosity. Before I then stopped him, he was pulled into my pages. The young master, no interest in me on its own, so he left the library without even noticing Kamek had vanished. I soon returned to my deep, peaceful summer. I sat for a long time until day, upon opening eyes, I was shocked to find myself high in the sky with some manner of flying machine. It seemed the young master before was now on a quest, and this time he was quite interested in my contents. For the fuzzy memory, his appearance had slightly changed. We soon arrived over a tiny island sitting in the wide sea below, and the young master opened my pages from within my flying machine, but regrettably yet predictably, he peered through my magnifying glass as well and was pulled inside. With its pilot gone, the flying machine fell out of the sky and crashed on the shores of the remote island, and so did I. That's where I met the mysterious creatures called Yoshis. The Yoshis used my magnifying glass to enter my face, but much to my surprise, I could observe my own contents right alongside them. After returning in empty stasis, time has started to move for me once again. Through the Yoshis, I learned that young master was seeking a creature called the Bewildered Bird, but his exact location was a mystery. As the answer, sir, for it, stumbled upon Kamek. I completely forgot he was trapped within my pages, but I'm relieved to see him alive. The mech was also delayed to be renamed, but the settlement was not returned in kind. After the awkward Yin, young monster continued its search for the bewildered bird with Kamek by its side. Verily, if my pages had some dramatic twists and turns. I'm glad the young master abandoned his search for the bewildered bird. Perhaps Kamek was able to talk some sense to him. I suppose you could say they weren't on the same page, or so to speak. But perhaps there are greater details well beyond our understanding. Alright. Well, that's crazy. We get a whole dialogue of things to read, but beyond that, it seems like these are actually more simpler than the other levels. They don't have any secrets to explore. It's just get the powers and finish the levels, which is the hard part. This time you have to collect neon bugs with the help of a lone monster. Move quickly, try to catch the ball within 60 seconds. Make sure that not let a single one escape your net. Okay. This is a time challenge. This will probably take a couple tries, because I think the first thing we need to do is see if we can just get the flowers right away. Well, just like before, it's probably faster to just go for the flowers first. And through this, we can kind of learn what we're supposed to do to actually get the bugs, and other times, what we're not supposed to do. Okay, that's the second flower gotten. As you might have guessed, we're kind of doing 2 runs on this level on purpose, sort of. We kind of need to get one of the flowers first, after all. Alright. Okay, this time we get brought back right to the side. Let's do this properly this time. Just ignoring that first one right off the bat. That's the first power. I think the weirdest part is figuring out how I'm supposed to get up here. There's a... Okay, this is gonna be harder than I thought. How am I supposed to even get up there if I don't even know what to do? It's probably automatic spawning and doesn't tell us what to do. We can just start over instead of doing anything here. Is it me or am I just missing something? Because I can't seem to jump up to the side area where the last one is looking in. Alright, now we're gonna actually do this the proper way. If we stay out of a specific spot, we could probably just have them fly into our net instead of doing the normal strat. Okay, well, even getting a second one seems really hard. We need to kind of learn the movements of this. I think our net is simply not tall enough to get some of those at first. That's just probably why it's being extra hard. No surprises there. No surprises there, actually, at all. Of course, the game knows you can't get up there, so they troll you by making you climb a vine instead to get up there. So really, you can't spend more than a few seconds on these, but we also have to keep going through it as fast as we can. And then just kind of get the flowers as we're going along. I wonder if someone's actually get us done and done our fans. Just like AR Secret, by the way, more than likely these challenges are much harder than the actual level itself. I mean, like, the level itself, however, is harder than getting the challenges done, because the is just complete the level. Couldn't even get the flower there. So bad. We have to do one separate run now to get a flower, unless we get all of them right away. Okay. We're not supposed to let a single one of these escape, man. I don't know why I keep going for that flower. I don't know, I just wanted to, like, do a run where I get all the right away. Wonder if there is a great way to actually still get all the secrets, but still finish the level in time. Doesn't really give you as much leeway as you'd think. Oh, of course. Of friggin' course. There's an extra that we didn't even see there. That's what was making it so hard to get that. Okay, now we've gotten all the flowers. That's the mixed tricky part. I mean, well, sort of hard part out of the way. Which is less hard if you focus on that. And now we have to actually go for... And, of course, the trick didn't work. So we'll have to run over here to grab them instead. Ideally, we just get them all in one. But you need to be moving very specifically to get them all. And we can only get one. And I guess we could also keep jumping off these, too, to get more faster. Okay, that was not great. That third one always takes the longest for me, man. We kind of have to just jump and hope for the best. Alright. Well, that was not really close at all. It's that third one that's super trolly that keeps screwing me. I should just restart that whole if I can't get that in 50 seconds. It'd probably save us time over having to wait for the whole timer to expire. Again, I didn't do it at 50 seconds, so I'm just gonna refresh, because we need every advantage we can get. Somebody also needs to tell me is there's a better way to do that. I'm joking, but joking, because if I did this challenge, then nobody would be able to help me. Okay, well that made it slightly easier. I think the idea is to just catch them as fast as possible. Okay, I'm gonna need at least some practice. That's what I was trying to do earlier, by the way, with the second one. If you just stand still at the right point, you can have them all go into your net. That's what I was initially trying to do, but before things happen. And then use flutters to also help get the rest in here, but I keep just barely escaping somehow. Sometimes he just refuses to eat. And for this part, we're just gonna have to keep jumping, because every time we do it, we get a combo, which helps us grab more a lot faster, and just like that, we did it. Right as I said that. Oh, I just realized the way you do that. Alright. So if you want to perfect the level, you don't go for the flowers, actually, believe it or not. Instead, I don't want to actually hit the goal yet. I want to actually get the receiver. I see. So if you want to get the secret, it'd probably be smarter to just go for the flowers after finishing the actual level. Well, except for the third one, of course. What's strange is the other ones do despawn, but not that one. So you can save the second flower at the very least until after you get the trial done. In reality, you only have to get the first. There's flowers. So it's again, you do tricks and jumps to make Yoshi spin around more. That seems to be the way to actually get it done. Easy work, Yoshis. This is their they're comparatively common creatures. We haven't focused on neon bugs before now. In fact, we've encountered many kinds of simple creatures that don't have dedicated patience. But as living creatures capture my attention to the sum of me, I have a secret section to share. Hey, it's all those kinds of creatures, huh? Alright. Alright. It tells us all the different bugs. Butterfly, covered insects that cover many covers. They often fly in circles. Neon bug, buzz a shiny dart. They fly in swarms of different shapes to protect themselves. Govod, they grow tokens in self-defense when hit. Grow similar force, found in many areas. High-speed bug, they fly too fast to trap with the naked eye. Native to the jungle environment. Bug, small bugs that prefer to live underground. Their outer shells are as tough as rocks. If you wonder why I skipped the other setup, it's basically just showing the discoveries we already did again with Yoshi that involved Yoshi doing stuff. So that in itself will get expanded upon whenever we start finishing more stuff and learning more things about his likes as taste. Anyway, super spicy bug. Made of organic components that are similar to those of hot peppers. Golden bug larvae. Their larvae live in the ground and don't emerge until they grow veins. No, highly territorial creatures that guard the underground areas they call home. Fond of super spicy bugs. Geobug. Their diet of underground minerals makes their shell glow as hard as jewels. Small fish. Diminutive fish with many different shapes and colors. And then beautiful fish. They boast beautiful colors that serve as camouflage in bright sunlit waters. Large fish. Surprisingly poor swimmers. Sometimes they even get stuck in rocky corners, huh? Bass fish. They move quickly in the water and can prove hard to catch. Larger thanks to longer lives. Founder. Lurking under rocks. Alright. Will you tip this, Tads? I've attempted flee from the leaf. A third creature will chase after you. But we can't. If yourself you are out to be grabbed, keep striving for the end goal. Well, this is less about trying to avoid getting grabbed and more like trying to do other stuff. And I just realized what this probably is. It's probably that stupid grab grass again. I knew I wouldn't be out of the way yet. Oh, he's even faster though. So to distract, we need to basically be grabbing items. Moving fast, grabbing other items, and grabbing these other items. So that it'll grab those instead of our extra items. These are basically, like, these flowers we see here, these are like our extra lives. Those are the only way to stun creatures. These are literally the only ways to stun the creatures. Otherwise... So we kind of need it then, in order to not get grabbed. Okay, these idols are a little bit trollier. Especially when they force you into slow sections like this, you pretty much have no choice but to have a crazy daisy or something else. Okay. Basically, whenever we turn, we're going to have automatically. But we could also struggle to get out too. Yeah, that just proved our point. Even if we get grabbed, we could go on to still survive by really mash spamming the button. We have to pretty much also jump instantly on some of these fiends. Really? It could grab us after all that. This is already my least favorite enemy, and now on top of that, we have to mash panic just to get around it. Definitely surprisingly resilient. I'm just gonna let it kill me. This is frustrating. I should have gotten that section like at least a few dozen times, but since I failed, I'm gonna say that that didn't look cool enough, so we're gonna purpose else die there. This time we're gonna actually do it properly. What's funny is sometimes it stops and other times it doesn't. I'm just gonna bet odd on purpose. Some of these are set up in a way where if I actually don't actually get caught more than once, it's probably immediately game over for us. Except there is no game over screen here, you just keep refreshing them all instead. Oh, I see. I forgot. We can still do the trick as well. I wonder why that was being so weird. I forgot. This is a grab grass. We can trick it by not having it attack us in the first place. Then it'll get confused and not actually go for us. That's why that was being well weird. I have no way to get for this, by the way, except just keep grabbing that. Okay, I just need to actually land on this vein this time. Thank gosh. And of course we had to fail at the very end, too. Like, I'm pretty sure everyone's probably annoyed at me for literally failing near the very end there. When the goal was just that close, man. I was going so fast I had no time to check if I got all the flowers. Looks like we did, though, in a separate attempt anyway. Do we call the tallest of trees the place the grabgrass calls home? Would you be surprised to learn that the tallest of trees have been enjoying that tile for a long, long time? Search my memories and do my best to chronicle its special history. That interests you, and welcome to read passage and discover more. Alright. So it's just a much faster grabgrass that starts way faster right off the bat. That was a tree of epic scale that could be seen anywhere. The tree is a single crazy daisy that grew steadily over countless years and became permanently days. This crazy daisy chose a perfect spot in the soil, finding enough comfort. Seeds wandering down and set out roots. The crazy daisy spread some vines far and wide, while others wrapped at her to help it grow taller and tower. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. From the ground, it seems to be a moon. In truth, it's the face of a massive crazy daisy. Though extremely rare, crazy daisy can grow and advance until the face reaches beyond the upper atmosphere. Inside that face hide many, many seeds to be distributed all over the surface. Once the creature has ended its growth cycle, its face separates from the stalk and crashes upon the plant below. As it impacts the surface, it bursts apart and scatters its many seeds to the plant's inhabitants. It may seem as if the blue is falling. The effect it has may well be true. Alright. What about this? It just shows us all the other stuff, but it also shows all the flavors we did. Yeah, so basically anytime we try to eat something and check its flavor, that's what it shows. Alright, since we're so far in, it'd be weird to stop now at one challenge. We're gonna just try and quickly do these levels. And again, just like before, we're gonna do the flowers first. You'll fly towards the goal, attempt an airworthy fluvi sip. He warned though, it won't be easy. Perhaps the best way to grasp the nature of this challenge is to hop right in. Something tells me I'm gonna have to fight off loads of enemies. Alright. It seems like he's not giving us much hints. More than likely, we're just gonna have to try it a bunch of times.
Yoshi?
Let's basically kill everything. Seems like as long as we keep one of them. Seems as long as we keep exactly one thing alive, we can keep going. Okay, well that didn't help out. So if we fall off, we probably get reset. We already lost a flower, so I probably should have just taken that death sooner than later. Yeah, so it's just like I suspected. A level that nobody really likes. It's an auto score mixed with other stuff. Aren't these your favorite levels, Alex? Not really, aren't really, don't we agree? I just realized I could eat just about anything, so I could just double these too. And then quickly egg the rest. So it's basically a test of Yoshi's main skills of how fast can he eat. More importantly, how fast can he dab stuff. And your knowledge of how to deal with enemies, of course. So that's what it is. Just eat all the enemies. As well as time the rats to get the flowers as they pass by. Alright, well, we know I have to worry about that flower again. Got only a single one going away could be bad for us. But again, we can kind of just keep jumping. Sets, as long as our main set doesn't get taken away, we'll be fine. I just realized we just did our flower. So we're taking ourselves out on purpose, I guess. Lots of this is gonna be trial and error. Just wait for the flower to appear and then try to react to it and collect it. Thankfully, we do not have to collect the next flower again. Still, this is an awkward level to lose time on, because it's an Oscar, we have to keep going through the lawn animation every time. Alright. This is another way to get rid of them. Okay, that time we got rid of that right away. That's another way to get rid of that quickly. Just throw it at their friends. Alright. We haven't even gotten to the tricky part yet. And we were already failing from before when we first did this. Okay, well, I still have that timing down. I just figure I practice because there's a second one that I have to do anyway. This is feeling more and more like the fast action you need in the Yoshi's Island speedrun, because in speedrun, especially for 100%, you need to be really fast with your eggs. This is kind of remind me a lot of that level. Alright, I know they're fat, so there's a dude that appears here. Barely got it somehow, despite him already being off screen. Again, we could stay with just a little bit. As long as we hit the specific ones that are gonna give us a problem otherwise. Ah! Well, that is probably the worst way to fail. Not only could we not get the other secret because the other enemies keep getting in the frickin' way, but then we lost the power anyway, so it's like we died anyway. There you see why now this is gonna be your respair level, because the moment you fail, you have to redo everything again. And it just takes forever to get back, because it's an auto score. You can't speed it up. That's why it's, I said it's everyone's, more like everyone's least favorite level. I didn't even know you could grab one of those things. Never had that happen. That makes it more awkward to avoid more than anything. What's so weird also is these bats don't actually explode until much later. Oh yeah, we also need to be careful. We could destroy the clouds ourselves too. Those ouch-ins are the ones that we need to be more careful of though. Okay, still got our timing down. I like doing this just for fun to show you that for sure you guys could definitely still get stuff done. Okay. There's one more wave here. Basically just does the reverse of what we already saw. More eggs to get then. And then... this time we got it right away. But we were silly and somehow fell through anyway. So it's like we died anyway. I think the Booty Lily knocked me through the floor somehow. I didn't know that could happen, but yeah. That's what people might call a dumb but then again, I've never had that happen before. I did say that this video might be a bit longer, and this is why. These challenges are probably the hardest parts of the game so far, at least seeing up to this point. So, if you know what to do, they're probably easier than the main game. And again, we can keep going here as long as we don't actually fall off entirely. I need to be faster by timing. I need to pretty much eat every enemy in sight. We could even eat the birds themselves if we wanted to. Causes them to drop the ouchin immediately. But it only works on certain scenarios. I don't care anymore about that. I honestly don't care that I missed that. Okay, this time we got it done properly this time. Ah! That's what I did the last time. I just flew at the thing there. I don't care anymore. I was just practicing muscle memory, really. All we really care about is just barely getting to the end. Finally got it. That's what should have happened earlier. It was just being awkward. Alright, whatever. Game. Alright. Get me out of this level. This was my least favorite challenge so far just because it was really tricky to figure out and really frustrating when things didn't work out the way you planned, especially when Yoshi times decides to just eggs at our own ship for no reason. Yeah. Keeps throwing it at our own ship sometimes, which is dumb. Are you curious about that alien found up there? I actually know quite a lot about the mysterious alien and his fellow space travelers. I suggest a careful read through my records in a new section about alien origins. Oh. This just became interesting. Again, we're already done. Oh, we got another secret. Long time ago, scientists from another world came to study this planet and its native creatures. To avoid destroying each habitat, they built a research on an apparent boon and used the stalk of a giant connected tree to commune to the planet below. The visiting scientists explored the planet in secret of many mysterious creatures. Instruments were even brought back to their lunar base for further study. Remnants of their actions still remain, including several spacecrafts that were accidentally left behind. Alright. Some of the creatures were created as a byproduct of their research. Blurf multiplies easy, apparently quite favorable, though chewy. LED sparks whenever it's stepped on, useful as a power source. Cuttlefish, eating plants makes it create gas that could be used as fuel. Eventually, long after studies began, the visitors learned the moon where they had built their base was destined to fall. Their dutiful research had already taught them so much, so they swiftly abandoned their facility and returned to the safety of their home planet. Huh. How interesting. Alright, if we can get this one last challenge done, honestly, this long video, I'm pretty sure you guys will say that it's probably worth it. We will have done every challenge at this point. Lead tip this challenge. I've titled it Hop or Drop. Honestly, doing a whole meal at once means we don't have to return to these anymore, so it makes sense to do them now. So, Yoshi, are you skilled at riding speed offers? I'm not sure. Ticket challenge will be exceptionally difficult, you see. I hope you give it your best effort. Don't let frustration get the best of you. It's almost like they know we're gonna get frustrated on this. Well, first we need to figure out the actual challenge. Some of these might actually be better to do in reverse, where you might want to get to the goal first, or figure out how to get to the goal first. Oh, it's like a puzzle somewhat, sort of. Because you get limited uses of the Sprain Hopper to actually step on the fans. But you could use all sorts of tricks, like, you could literally bounce off the walls, for instance. So it's more about figure out what to do to get up there. And again, the flowers are probably going to be the hardest thing to get. Ah! We can't just mess around either. Yeah, that was pretty much guaranteed death. Yeah, okay, these fates are a little awkward to control. At first. Until you realize you could also just keep going on the walls of the walls. I'm just gonna back up real quick. Then do a very fast edge setup. Hopefully that is enough to get us through this part. Okay, just doing that is enough to break it. Good to know. And if you're wondering why I'm just filming it over stuff, that was the part after the flowers. So does it really matter if I keep getting that flower or not? If I can't even make it past the main section? I guess this is why they said it would be frustrating. Oh, I am super stupid. Holy crap. Just like everyone else, you get through the part easy the first time, and then you suddenly fail it where you've never failed it before because you are a silly puss. You forgot to do that. Oh, and then I fell for the other trick instead. I knew they put that pit there for a reason. The moment I saw it, I was bound to fall in it at some point. So this is basically like the super hard version of the Yottens that we were expecting. This is what you would actually see in Yoshi's Island, the original, on its endgame, because some of its levels can be quite frustrating sometimes. We haven't even played the original Yoshi's Island, and I heard that game is way harder to 100% than this, due to, of course, having to be perfect at almost everything. Okay, the hardest part is just getting this thing to frickin' turn. Holy crap, I literally cannot turn this thing for the life of me. No, they weren't kidding when they said this was gonna be absolutely frustrating. Like, holy crap. It's like you only get one chance to do that, and then bam, you instantly die. You have to go back to the start, basically. Alright, well, that part is my least favorite now. I'm gonna call that the Doom part. Or if you want to be really fancy, you can call it the Kaizo Yoshi part. Like, Kaizo Yoshi's actually a fiend. If you're wondering what that is, it's basically just a saying of a extra hard game that is similar to an original game, but is actually much harder. And there's this thing going on in the community, which we've heard about before, which is called Kaizo Mario, which is an infamously a series of run-ups which take Mario but make you use all the mechanics to get through the game, and it's extra hard, typically, with pits literally everywhere. This is basically as close to Kaizo Yoshi as we could get, and I only say Yoshi because, well, also I'm not going to even go for that anymore. I've already lost interest. I just need to get up here. The problem is getting the momentum can be so hard sometimes for no reason or another. Also, I just realized I shouldn't even be doing that. I keep forgetting we can bounce our head into things too. That is something that I need to remember, actually. Yeah. Like, we can do something like that. It's simpler to do it like this, but what if you just bounced your head off of that instead? That might be easier, honestly, to do. Yeah, whatever that was, it seemed to work slightly better, but only slightly. I still couldn't get out, though. The chilliest part is getting him to just barely turn enough that we could get out of there. The swing upper was already my second least favorite thing to control besides that stupid aircraft thing. The only thing that would have been worser is if we got that instead. Ugh. I think the hardest part is also sometimes you just don't get any momentum for a reason or another. Hell, I finally got past that. That was a nightmare. Just getting past that one annoying part, man. Okay, this mushroom seems like it could be deadly, but if we just slide bounce, we should be fine, except we moved more than we should have. That was my own fault. Of course, I knew it. The moment I finally got past that hard part, I had to fail somewhere else instead. So now we have to go back to the Doom part again, or... should we just call it the Kaizo Yoshi part? Frig it. Yeah, we're gonna call it. We're gonna... it's the Kaizo Yoshi part, but this time we're gonna actually make it. And hopefully get the flower this time. Oh, I said I shouldn't be going for that flower, but I still fail like an idiot. Alright, enough playing around. Let's actually just try to beat this level. I don't know why, but I like doing that bounce. It just looks funny. Alright, enough piling around. We're skipping the flower like we did the last time. As you might have guessed, just like before in the other levels, you kind of want to do the flowers first, and then do the actual level afterwards. Oh, finally we got through that. Only to literally mess up and fall down later. Oh, we could just... I forgot we could just bite it off, too. Okay, if that thing gets more awkward, we have to wait. We might just jump off him entirely. I forgot. We could just jump off the thing entirely. So, don't want to get through a secret? Oh, you could just jump off the thing entirely. Make it stop in place, catch your breath, maybe, and then we can actually, like, move with it when it's time. Anyways, that's going to be very important for that mushroom section. That's why we have that there. Okay, here we go. And there we go. Look at that. We just discovered a new trick. We just discovered a new super trick. Instead of waiting for the stupid mechanic... and then the stupid mushroom on top of that, we could just barely bounce and then make it to the mushroom that way. And now we're just gonna... Oh, okay. This is way harder than I thought. I like how we can just ditch the Spring Hopper too if we wanted to. Says may as well start over from the beginning. I figured they would say something when you lose this guy. Ugh, come on, dude. This is... It's like they warned us that this level would be frustrating. It's like they knew. The developers knew that this level would be the most frustrating level by far. Because it's like, well, hey, how do you even control the thing half of the time? Honestly, because of that last jump failing me a couple of times, I really do need to just jump off the thing briefly so it stops moving. And then we need to quickly jump on it again. He's trying to control it, otherwise feels like controlling a maniac that's going out of control. Maniac bug, that is going out of control. And it got stopped in the wrong spot, of course. It's not stopped on the wrong spot. I just wanted it to be a little bit more to the left, game. Please. Ugh. Yeah, this is about really my least favorite level now. I hope this level can just go to heck, because this is the worst level in the game. This should not even be in this game. I don't know why it's here, but I am definitely failing on it like a hard level. I get it, it's optional, but like, oh my goodness, I kind of want to pull my hair out almost. If Yoshi's even had hair, and it just fell down again! I didn't even know it could do that. Jeez. This thing is just nasty hard to control. I'm so frustrated already. Before I even heard of the setup, like, I saw this he say, oh, this level might be frustrating for you, and I was like, well, then likely it's gonna be frustrating. Sure enough, it is. Well, now we can't send the video, obviously, so this might extend its length by a bit, but I don't care. We are not ending this video until we finally beat this impossible-ish level. Possible-ish as in I think it is definitely possible, just really hard to do for some reason. Alright. Now we did the weight trick. Hey! We finally got the flower and we saved ourselves. Okay, that should have been the easy part, honestly. I don't know why. Okay. We're just gonna stay still this time. Because we got the second flower that was bothering us. Whoa! Alright, well, that setup sort of worked. We got all the flowers, but then we failed at the very end again, just like we did before. I got now we finally saw the eggs, and yet we failed anyway, because this is a blind playthrough, of course we're going to fail at the very end. It's not a real game if you don't fail at the very end, man. At least once. Okay, well, this strategy I was doing here seems to work way better. So we're definitely gonna do that again. And this time we'll bounce it. It was actually one time. So we could more easily control this, actually, this time. Alright. Now we just wait. Now we wait. So this is both skill-based and it has a little bit of auto score moments in there, too. Oh my goodness, please. Holy crap! Dude, these mushrooms would be moved. They literally wouldn't let me on. They were like, we're not going to let you on, and we just somehow didn't on them properly, like 2 times in a row. Darn it, Spring Hopper, you're such a dingus. Sometimes, man. That other thing was the closest that we've come to it, and now we haven't even gotten through that now. Meanwhile, I'm also now struggling on the very first part again. Okay. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. As soon as I messed up my movement, I knew that was gonna happen. And we're already at an hour, but I knew it was gonna happen. As soon as I saw these challenges, I knew what was in store for me. Oh, finally. This time I got the trick properly this time. Oh, come on, dude. Switch around. I was about to say, but hey, Stuart Spray Opera, are you gonna switch, mate? Alright. What's annoying is because this level is a mix of score and skill, that means you also have to wait for these freaking mushrooms to go in place before you can actually go up. Okay, because this setup was awkward before, I'm gonna see if I could just skip up one of them. Nope, not even close. Good thing I that out because I knew it was gonna happen otherwise. Alright, well, I do realize now people are probably going to be poking at me fun in the comment section. And when you see what I'm about to do, you'll probably realize what I should have done, honestly. Because although we can do other stuff, there is another secret that we keep forgetting about. Okay, that works, I guess. Bouncing weird, but it just somehow works. Watch what I did there before, by the way. That's probably the key that I'm trying to mention. Beyond that, watch as I cry myself to sleep because I have to wait for the mushrooms again because I've been so bad lately. And then I just get bounced off because I happen to move just too slightly to the left. And yes, but those of you don't know, I also do not like to cut out my content because I think it's not fair that way. Because what if I get the flowers on one cycle but not on another cycle? How is that going to accomplish anything? And see, well, I'm so frustrated. I just fell down the pit. Just as I thought. I get to a good spot a couple of times and now I'm doing worse. It always happens with every game. You do worse and start failing on spots you shouldn't even be failing on. And then I quickly removed that. Somehow I was able to get the strategy back, but then it did the other thing instead. Okay. Okay, this time I saved it by just doing the jump a second time. I don't think I've ever done that before. In pretty much any other run, that probably would have been instant death for me. All things considered. These things are pretty fast, too, so we have to be, like, really quick with how we do this. Yeah, I get what we have to do now here, but this is what I meant by I think I have an idea of what to do with the secret. First, we need to do this the way the game wants us to do. And we're now reversed. Yeah, I was bound to die there. Of course, now I'm acting like such an idiot. Can't even jump off to the top left. Worst Yoshi player ever. Please help, dude. Can't do stuff. Doesn't reveal. I told you this was gonna happen. I get to the same part, and now I do worse, of course. But, worse than what I've done before. And I nearly fell down the first bit again, too, because of that. I think we kind of need to take our time here more. That's what's been the problem. We keep trying to rush it. Okay, well, that time it got me down. I did say I was still not going to cut this out, by the way. So now you can all laugh at me in the comment section like, this Yoshi player is literally the worst Yoshi player in the whole world. You know what's even more nasty? They said it was a frustrating level before we even began, and I knew immediately I was gonna die a lot. This is just what a blind playthrough does to you folks. You die times, then you start trying to tear your controller apart. But what's funny is I'm actually calm. Unlike those people, I haven't teared my controller yet because I know it's possible. I just need to calm myself and actually, well, play the game. Aim, forehead. Alright. We finally got that done again. Back to the mushroom section after what felt like so much fails there again. Of course, now that I know what to do, it seems so simple now, but yet so awkward to do. I think my least favorite part so far has just been waiting for these stupid guys to go for it. Alright, here's what I meant by the secret. Jump! Like that. That's what I meant that there was a secret I was forgetting. I could just jump off of them and get to the end. In my craziness, I forgot I could do that. And that's what I should have been doing the whole time, because then I would have been able to flutter to the goal like that. That's why I feel like I've been slapping myself in the face. So yeah, one level took 15, 20, 30 plus minutes, all because that was dumb. Bravo, Yoshis. I knew you could do it. Well done getting through all those obstacles. I've learned so much about you, and in return, it's fair you learn more about me. If you're interested, please read a new passage of Mr. E's guide. I have no idea what to do in this app, but we are going to look at this. You Yoshis are truly amazing. You cleared every single one of my challenges. I'm quite impressed. With this, I believe you now explored every single one of my pages cover to cover. Should it not favored me, I have not met you wonderful Yoshis. I dare say my explorations would have never come so far. Having explored every page, there is a bit much work necessary to fill them in all the way. We work towards full completion. With your help, Yoshis, I'm sure we can do it. Alright. With that, all creatures, special studies, and challenges have been explored, huh? Alright. Whew. Sorry, that was a lot to take in. A lot to deal with, and a lot of pain. I do not want to do that again, so I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. While I maybe cry in the corner. Till then, see you guys later. Bye.